Hello everyone, welcome back to the PETR1131 Production and Processing Engineering. Today's lecture will actually cover the drilling operations. So in the last lecture, we have covered the previous lectures. We have covered the petroleum geology, exploration, mineral rights, and now the drilling. Okay. So once we have settled down with the mineral rights, leasings, and everything, so a drilling company they get the bidding for the drillings. Okay, so the task of the geologist and the exploration team is to find the suitable and the perfect site for the drilling. That means the most probable site we can actually find, like the oil and gas, and when we actually confirm that, right after that we do the drilling operations. Why do we do that? Because drilling operation is very expensive, so we have to make sure to select the perfect site. Okay, we want to lower down all the uncertainties and increase the possibilities, like the probability and the likelihood of getting oil and gas in this selected area. So we'll actually go through our lectures. There's 3 lectures. The consequent 3 lectures would be on the drilling operations. So hold back and relax. So the first lecture today we'll actually talk about some historical background and how the drilling process actually works. And the second of the lecture series will talk about the more onto the drilling process, especially like the equipment we use and the mud circulations, what are the drilling fluids and stuff. And the third lecture will actually talk about the when we do the drillings. After that, what do? We do the we send the probes, we do the data analysis. A slide of this topic we already have discussed at the exploration lectures at the previous lecture, but we'll actually continue with that too. So let's start. This lecture we'll actually talk about the different units and different equipments that we actually use for the drilling process, the role and the responsibilities of the drilling crews, and also we'll give you idea about the whole drilling process, like the history, the background behind it, and everything. Okay, so the oil companies do the exploration, and the geologists and geophysicists analyze the data. And after analyzing the data, we make sure, like, yes, this is the site, this is the right area we actually want to do our drilling process, and we do all the paperwork, like the landman has obtained the lease, and we know how we actually do that, right? So in Canada, mostly the provincial government, they actually are the responsible for all of these works. And once the provincial government issued the drilling permits, then we got the drilling permits, and the operators, they start making hole. Okay, so and our before that the royalty and everything actually gets settled down, and the drillers hired to make the hole. So first we actually drill a small hole, we call it rat hole, okay, and then the mouse hole, like a bigger one, and then we start continue the drilling, and we put the casings, okay, and then we drill more and more. So that's the process, overall process actually we do then, until we reach to the ground, okay, and start getting the extracting, the producing the oil and gas. Okay, so I'll look back how actually it's done. So like long time back, the miners they actually use oil lamp, and that oil was the whale oil, but the whales actually oils and seals actually went near the extinctions, so the oil price was like skyrocketing. Okay, so we need to find an alternative, and here the oil and gas is coming to buy. So it is about time to get the oil. Now probably you have heard about what is going on in Azerbaijan right now. So in this country, Azerbaijan, this area, it's near to the Caspian Sea. Okay, so the Azerbaijan, the capital Baku, is known as the Black City. Why? Because we have lots of the oil and gas produced at that time in Azerbaijan. It's because we actually found oil first in there, because there was some natural sip in Azerbaijan. Okay, that is exactly why. Now, back to the North American history, like the Colonel Drake hired to drill oil for the Seneca oil at the Oil Creek site, and then he actually started working on that. He used steam powered cable tool, okay, and started drilling. So this is the Drake's drilling. Okay, it looks like that. So, and not only Azerbaijan, like Azeris, Polish, Romanian, Dutch, British, everyone actually claimed, like, I mean, they're the first in the modern world history, but it's actually, like, I mean, all actually starting simultaneously all together at that time. Okay, so it's a bit history about like the Texas, how we get the oil and gas in North America. Okay, now, yeah, the drilling fluid, which is also known as mud, don't confuse with the regular mud we have in there. Mud is a special type of fluid, the drilling fluid we actually use. So we'll actually talk about it later. So what is mud? Mud is a mixture of the water and geolite. Okay, it's a type of, like, I mean, special particle, a special chemical actually, to achieve higher density than water, to exert the force against the hole. Okay, and it will also produce the wall cake or mud cake at the side of the hole. We will actually learn a lot about these things at the later slides. So what's happened, we actually start drilling at this time, and although it was very inefficient, as you can see, like estimated, like, I mean, nearly like 7,500 cubic meters oil per day, but still, like, it was a start. Okay, and this is the process actually, like the cable tool drilling has been used. So this is an example of, like, I mean, how this ancient cable tool drilling works. Okay, so if you are interested, you can actually go to this YouTube link and watch it more. Now, the cable tool was good. It was effective on the hard rock formation. It was less expensive and faster. Okay, it was really fast. But there's a problem, like, I mean, it's really inefficient, number one, and it cannot actually dig way down. So I mean, cable tool was not like appropriate. So it's mostly replaced by the rotary drilling rigs, and rotary drilling rigs became, I mean, way more popular. Okay, so the rotary drilling rig now is the type of rig we actually use. Okay, so in rotary drilling rig we use the rotary tool. It's a rotary device that actually we flow the mud inside, and it rotates and start cutting it. We will actually learn a lot about rotary drilling later slides. Okay, so let's see how the rotary drilling actually works. I'm just copying this picture image to here to explain a little more in a better way. Okay, so in rotary drilling, what's happened actually here, is the rotors. Okay, so just 1 second. I'll just select a pen, and let's also select this color. Okay, so here what's happened, it is hollow. It's the pipe, and this is the hollow pipe. Okay, and there is a tube also, like here we got the tube, and it's attached with this drills. Okay, now this hollow pipe, and inside this tube, which is, this one is actually rotating. This one is tube inside this right, it is rotating, and that's how these drill bits actually rotates. Okay, and what it do, it cut these rocks. Okay, now you are cutting these rocks, that is fine, but you need to take it out. Okay, take it out and wash it. Okay, so how you can actually do that, here the mud actually it's an important thing. Okay, so what the muds actually do, so what muds do actually in here, I'll just use this color. So mud actually go inside. Since this is a hollow, mud actually go inside, and there's a huge fluid pressure, and then these teeth of the drill, it's actually moving, right, and it's cutting down all these rocks and chips. Okay, so this mud actually wash out all these cuttings. Okay, and then when you actually give the pressure towards here, what's happened, it will go up. Okay, and we'll actually collect it. So we collect the mixture of mud and chips. Okay, these cutting chips together at the top. So this is how actually these drill, I mean the rotary drill, actually works. Okay, so there are lots of other uses of the mods, except for, like, I mean, taking these small, like cuttings and the rock particles. We'll actually learn later on what types of other things we'll actually do. Okay, so this is about, like, the rotary, or like the rotating drills. Okay, just 1 second, sorry. Okay, all right, so this is how, like, the rotary drills actually works. So this is the example of the drilling. So now nowadays actually we use drilling. So the modern drilling is a mobile platform we actually use. Okay, so as you have seen this previous slide, like the drill bit, when drill bit actually rotate, the drilling fluid or the muds, it actually carry the mixture of clay and the water and all other chips at the top. Okay, now this is how, like, the drilling today actually looks like. And what's happened, these drilling rigs, these are mobile, so we actually use different types of drilling rigs nowadays. I mean, you will see at the later slides. So why we actually use it mobile? Because we don't know where to either. We actually don't want to make a permanent structure in a place, because, for instance, what if we don't get oil and gas in there? So we have invested a lot of money to make the structure, and we couldn't get anything, so that would be a loss for the company. So that's the companies, they don't do that at all. So that's why most of the drilling rigs are mobile. Okay, so we have both offshore or like the onshore drilling rigs, so all are mobile today. Okay, um, now drilling today is like there are so many important things we actually consider right before the starting the drilling. For instance, like the oil field metallurgy is very important. Like the geologist will give you the information like what types of rock is in here. So based on those informations, we have to select like what types of metals, like what types of drill bit we use. Okay, so if you actually use different types of drill bit which is not perfect, for instance, there's a lot of like igneous rock presence, and then you cannot actually just use cast iron made drill bit. Okay, you need to use a stronger one. So this oil field metallurgy is very important. It actually gives you the based on that you'll actually select the material which got more like yield or like tensile strength, like the hardness and the toughness of the material. Those are very important. Okay, so if you are more interested on please go to the page number 121 of our textbook. Okay, refer to textbook, so you'll find more information on that. But just remember that the hardness and toughness of all the drill bits and all other materials we actually want to use. This is very important, otherwise the whole project could actually fail. Okay, now drilling operations personnel. So the operator, operator, or like the oil and gas operator, they are the like the lease. Okay, so the lease actually owned by a group of companies. Okay, and there could be some other different partners, but it is mainly a big company, and that company that designated as the operator. Okay, so they hold the right of the oil and gas. They plan everything. They obtain the permits and hire the drilling rigs, drilling crews, everything. So the drilling team, they work as a third party of the operator. Okay, for instance, like the Husky Energy, they are the operator, and Schlumberger is the drilling rig. So it's just an example how it actually works. Okay, so the drilling crews, we have different types of the drilling personnel, like the drilling crews, like tool pushers, drillers, drag hand, lease hand, roustabouts. So we have different types of the drilling teams, and they have to be very, very experienced, since it's a very important task, and it's a very dangerous work also sometimes. Okay, so that's why we need lots of like experienced peoples, that skilled peoples for like the drilling crew. Okay, so now let's talk about like how the contract actually works. So the operators and the contractors use one of these four basic type of the contracts. So depending on the assignments and the financial risk and the local market consideration, or like the probability of getting the oil and gas. So there are several options, like the footage contract, or like it can be considered with per square meter, day work contract, turnkey contract, and the combination. Okay, so it depends like how the contract has been done, but like for instance, like the footage contract or the meterage contract, the operator agrees to pay the contractor a certain amount for each square meter or square foot of the drill of the whole rig. Now it is riskier for the contractor sometimes, because regardless you find the oil and you find it or not, if something happens outside like the contractor's control, making impossible to drill the well, the contractor can lose the money. Okay, so that's why it's the kind of like risky. Day works, most of the companies now actually pays the day works. Okay, it's the most common actually, and there are some turnkey contractors also, so who like the operators to, I mean, the turnkey contract, it requires the operators to pay the drilling contractor an agreed amount, okay, when the well is finished. So this is the turnkey contract, and there could be the combination of all. So this is a common picture of drill sites and all these equipments that we use. We'll actually discuss about all these equipments, so please go through all these. I mean, when you actually finish the lecture, please come back again, and then you will have better idea, like, I mean, what are the equipment. For instance, number one, like crown and block. What is a crown and block? What is the Kelly? What's the function of it? What's the Kelly bushing and function of it? What's the mud cycles, pumps, and everything? Okay, mud pits. So that's exactly why this is very important diagram. Please go through it. It's very important. You know, like all the components actually are used for the drilling purpose. Okay. Let's talk about the drilling operation, like the drilling process at first. So what we do, the drill pipes, okay, the sections of the drill pipes above the drill bits are screwed together with the drill string, and the drilling crew add more and more pipes depending on the depth of the hole, and then we do the continuing doing so, and here the end of the tip definitely is the drill bit. Okay, so once you do one portion of the drilling, then you do the casing, and then we again lower the cement this and lower the pipe again and do the drilling, and then we put the casing and do the cementing again, and it is continuing. Okay, so what are the key components of the drilling rigs? There are four components. Okay, the first is a hoisting. That means a structure. These structure, and like it's the hoisting system, the rotating system, okay, the circulating system, and the power system. So let's talk about like the hoisting system. Okay, so as I said, like the structure, the drilling hook, the derrick, okay, the drill line, traveling blocks, crown blocks, drilling hooks. So all these are part of the hoisting system. That means it's I mean, here the crown block, okay, it's actually situated on either a derrick or a mast, and then this drawwork, it is actually connected with the power train system. Okay, so a motor actually moves, and then these drawworks release the cable. Okay, and when it release and push the cables, then what's it's done, like this hook actually connect with the Kelly. We'll actually see at a later slide how what component actually connect with the hook, but here it's actually go up and down. That's how this hoisting system actually works. Okay, so as the drill pipe lowered, the traveling block and the hooks, the support the entire weight of the drill string, and it transferring weight, okay, is very important because we have to control the weight of the hook. Okay, so bottom hole assembly at the hoisting system is very important because it consists of the drill bits and also special tools. Okay, so this is the derrick versus mast. So these are like the two different types of the hoisting, like the structures actually we use. Okay, so these are like the things we actually have discussed. Okay, so what are the function of the crowns, and the traveling blocks like the drilling hooks. Okay, please go through the slides, then you will actually get more ideas on how the hoisting systems actually work. Okay, so these are like the pictures, the real field pictures, how actually it looks like. The draw works. Okay, so draw works actually set up with the cat shaft. Okay, so there is a big picture of this cat shaft, how actually the cat head and cat shaft actually works. Okay, so here there's a YouTube video how actually hoisting system works. Please go through that so we can actually learn more how the hoisting system works. Okay, so you've got the hook, the pail, the swivel, and there is a rotating hose, and it's the traveling block. Okay, now this is the equipment that we called the Kelly. Okay, and what is that? This is a type of pipe. Okay, that's actually connect with this next. So this is the rotating system. Okay, so this in this I mean, I'm showing you again, sorry. So this hoisting system actually connect with the rotating system in here. You see, this is the rotating hose, this is the hook, and this is the Kelly. Okay, and this is the component we call swivel. So swivel, it actually moves, and the Kelly actually rotates, and that's how it power the drill bit. Okay, so the primary element of the rotating system is the top drive, or like the rotary table, and the rotary table is typically used on the smaller rigs. Okay, and the rotating system utilizes the rotating table, which got the swivels here. Here's the swivel. Okay, and this swivel is connected with the Kelly and the Kelly busher, and the drill pipes and the drill collar, and at the end we got the drill bits. Okay, so this is the swivel. And what is the purpose of the swivel? So from the hoisting system, this is the hook, it connects with the swivel, and swivel hangs from the drilling hook. Okay, so outside of the swivel doesn't move, but inside of the swivel actually moves. Okay, so what is Kelly? Kelly is a special section of the pipe that attached with the threaded connection on bottom of the swivel. Right, so when the swivel moves, then the Kelly also moves. I mean, it rotates. So outer section of the swivel is connected with this hoisting. The hoisting actually moves ups and downs. Okay, and the swivels, it rotate. Okay, so this is the connection between these two. And when the swivel actually rotates, the inner portion of the swivel actually rotates, and the outside actually goes ups and downs. Then the inner portion of the swivel actually connected with the Kelly. That means it also rotates in order to rotate the drill bit. Okay, so that's how it's actually been done. So you can see all these components. Okay, so the swivel, the inner portion of the swivel, it connected with the Kelly, and the Kelly actually moves on, and we got the Kelly saver sub and the bushing. Okay, and then this is the turntable. Okay, so this is how the moves work. So the rotating system, when the crew actually removes Kelly and the Kelly bushing, the hole left in master bushing house. Okay, and the gripping device, it call it slips. Right, the slips have teeth-like gripping elements, and it calls the fit around the drill pipe to prevent from the falling. Here we see the example of the slips. Okay, so this is how actually it's been installing. All right, the slips is installing in here, and this is the bolt. Now, how the drilling process is actually we do, the drillers, they pick up the Kelly and swivel out the rat hole. The Kelly is stored in the rat hole, and the new joint of the pipe, the drill pipe, it goes to the mouse hole before adding to the drill string and the connection. Okay, so remember, like the rat hole is the bigger than the mouse hole. All right, and the screw stabs and makes up the bottom of the Kelly onto the top of the joint, and drill pipe sticking out of the treble. Okay, and then when the Kelly has been made up, if everything is set up, the drillers start the mud pump. Crews pull up the slips, and then driller lower the Kelly and engage the master bushing, and then it start rotate. Okay, so the driller start the rotary table to rotate the drilling stem and the drill bits. Okay, and begins making the hole. So if you actually watch this YouTube video, then you will actually find all this process we have discussed. You can actually see how it actually works really. Okay, so the rotary system, we got like the top drives, we have the motors that turn the threaded shaft, we get the swivel and the rotary table to hold the drill stem. Okay, the top drive drill process, so the screw stabs and make up the joint of the drill into the drive stem or the top drive. Okay, just go through these slides. You can actually have better understanding if you actually watch these videos. Okay, so there are explained, like, I mean, how these drill pipes actually works. Okay, so how the drill pipe actually attach with the Kelly and the drill bit. So drill pipe is actually a connection between the Kelly and the drill bit. Okay, so this is the example of the drill pipe. So these are the drill bits. Now, drill bit is one of the most important component of the drilling operation. So, drill bit is a geometry and makeup, like it's chosen based on the rock mechanics. I mean, if the rock is hard, we use actually a different types of drill bit. If it's a soft type of rock, we use another different types. Okay, so here are two major types of drill bits actually showing. One is the roller cone, another is the diamond bit. Okay, so the diamond bit is, you see it's that there's a small cutting diamonds are in there, so it's it can actually cut through like the hard metal, and it can actually moves. Okay, so like the let's run about the cone, like the roller cone. So this is the roller cone one. So the roller cone bits usually have 3, sometimes 2, or sometimes 4 cone shaped like these teeth. Okay, so the cones actually rotate on the bearing. All right, and then it starts drill. Okay, and from the inside is the high velocity. You see this opening here. From here, the high velocity of mud, or the drilling fluid, which is typically known as mud, actually exerts from there. Okay, so this is how it actually works. Diamond bit don't have the roller cones. As you can see, it actually moves like this. The roller cones actually moves all together, but the diamond bits actually rotate like this. Okay, so the small industrial diamond cutters actually embedded in these diamonds. So usually we actually make the industrial scale diamonds, or it can be natural, but mostly it used like the industrial scale diamonds. Okay, it used for soft, medium, and hard formations. Okay, it is a little bit more expensive than the roller cones, but the longer lives. Okay, and the drill mud, it cools down a little bit. Okay, and extend the life of the diamond. Okay, so this is very important. If we cannot actually maintain the properties of the drill muds and the flow rate of the drill mud properly, then what's gonna happen, the mud failure will rapidly cause overheating and melting of the diamonds. That will be a disaster, and that will actually can jeopardize like the whole operation. So the tungsten carbide is used onto the cutters. Okay, sometimes the combination of the diamond tips actually used. So this is like the whole circulation system of the mud circulation system. We'll actually learn at the next later slides. All right, so take care everyone, and we'll actually continue with the mud circulation system at the next lecture.